Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here. So in this video, I wanted to share with you my favorite GoPro shots slash angles that I like to use when I'm filming. Alright guys, so I wanted to share my favorite type of angles and shots that I like to use when I'm filming, because I create these videos. They're called like dream driven episodes, and I like them to be very entertaining and exciting and just footage that you wouldn't normally get. I like to be a little different when I film. I like to have things in spots where you normally wouldn't film, because I just think it's more exciting. It makes the video more appealing, and for me, I like editing that kind of stuff. So the first type of angle shot that I like to get is by putting the GoPro up on the ceiling. So I like to tape it up top. It kind of gives it like, it gives it a bird's eye view when it's directly above you. And you might be thinking, like, how do you get it up there? You know, what mount do you use? And, you know, I actually don't really use a mount. Like, when I'm on the go and I just want to move fast, I just use masking tape. So I just take some masking tape and I just tape it up to the ceiling, make sure it's secure, you know, press record, get back down off the table, and do whatever I'm doing. So I really like this type of shot because it's different, and you just normally don't have the camera right above you, right on top of you. So if you're like moving around and scurrying around, it looks really cool. The second type of video I like to take is when I go in the water. So when I go snuba diving or scuba diving, or when I'm going hiking and there's some waterfalls or something, I love putting the camera, like submerging it in the water and just seeing what's under there. I think that that type of footage is really unique, and normally you're not putting a camera in the water. I find underwater shots very fascinating. I also like the sounds and the bubbles that it makes, especially like if you can get cool shots like when you're scuba diving or in really nice tropical water. It just looks so cool, and it's just such a different world. So underwater shots are my second favorite type of video to take. Number 3 is I like to put on the chest harness. So, you know, the GoPro chest harness, you just like put it on, and the chest harness is usually right here, and I face it out. And I like those shots because it shows my point of view, so what I'm going through. So I like it because there's a particular shot where I'm putting on some goggles before I'm going scuba diving, and it's just like, it just looks like it's like me. Well, it is me, but I like that type of view where it's just like my hands or my feet, and I'm walking, and what my view would be. I like showing that. So if you don't have a chest harness, I highly suggest you get one. It makes it a lot easier to film as well. Sometimes if I'm lazy with filming, I'll just put on the chest harness, you know, strap on the GoPro right here, and just, you know, click record and do my thing. I think it's really cool and very hands-free when you have the chest harness. And sometimes, you know, when you're fumbling around and doing stuff like sports and stuff, you just want to have it on your chest, and you don't really want to have to pay attention to it too much. Number 4 angle that I like is placing the GoPro directly on the ground. So right on whatever, the grass, the cement, whatever, because it gives us like, everything looks much bigger than it actually is, and you got this like angle from down below and it's like up, and when you're walking up to it, or if you have a car pull up, it looks really cool. I really like this angle as well. And again, it's not something like, people don't usually put their cameras on the ground, but with the GoPro, because it's so versatile, when you have it in the case, you can pretty much do anything with it. I like placing it on the ground and either walking past it or walking over it or walking away from it, or, you know, a car is pulling up or something like that. Those are the kind of shots that I like to do when the GoPro's on the ground. The 5th type of shot that I like is when I'm holding items in my hand. So for instance, holding my passport or holding an ice cream cone in one hand and having the GoPro right behind it while you're walking through or going through something. So I'll give you an example. There's one where I'm holding a passport and I'm like walking through the airport terminal. I'm going in the plane, I'm walking through the seats, and it's like this object is staying the same the entire time, but the surrounding, the background is changing, and I just think that's a really cool shot. Try it out when you're walking around. I did it with an ice cream. I didn't do it on the GoPro with the ice cream, but you can do it with any camera. But basically, you just hold whatever you want in one hand, and you have the camera right behind it. Make sure it's close, because with the GoPro, everything is further away than it actually is. So you need to hold the GoPro quite close to the object, and you just walk around and give different types of backgrounds. Because then when you start editing it or doing fast forward, fast motion, or cutting, it looks really cool when you have different things happening when that one item is still there the entire time. My sixth favorite type of shot is when I have the GoPro on my wrist. So I put the GoPro on the wrist mount and I have it facing towards me. And one of the shots that I can think of is when we went on some roller coasters. So I had this wrist mount, and you're not supposed to have cameras or anything on you while you're going on these roller coasters, but I pretty much put this wrist strap on and I faced the GoPro flat, so I didn't have it up yet. I had it flat and it looked like a watch, so people didn't really, notice too much that it was a GoPro. I did get caught on one ride and they did have to remove it. I wasn't allowed to have it. But on all the other rides, no one noticed. Everyone thought it was a watch. Basically, when the ride started, I would flip the GoPro back up and I would have the view on us. And I'd be holding on to the bars and, going through the rides. And it's a pretty cool view when you can get that live action. And it's a lot safer than having like your cell phone, because it might fly out. Or if you're just holding the GoPro freehand, it might fly out. So my sixth favorite shot is to have it on the wrist mount. So those are my 6 favorite type of shots to film. If you guys are interested in seeing more of these types of shots, feel free to check out the description below. I've got the dream-driven episodes. These are the episodes that I was talking about in the beginning, where I film mainly with GoPro, and I just try to create something really exciting and entertaining with the event that we're doing. So definitely check out those videos in the description below. You can see what type of angles I do and how I play around with the GoPro. So what are your favorite type of GoPro angles and shots to take? Please let me know in the description below. I'd love to know what you guys like filming, and I'd try it out myself. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Back from the dead.